Two massive armies stand on the edge of a collision, defining their civilization. The air is heavy with dust and silence of an impending clash. Arjuna, the era's most formidable warrior, waits at the front of the line. Beside him is his charioteer, Krishna, holding the reins as they look out over the field. Moments before the first arrow flies, Arjuna issues a command. He tells Krishna to drive their chariot into the dead center, the no-man's land between the two forces. Arjuna is driven by a supreme confidence. He intends to lock eyes with the men who have gathered here to die by his legendary bow, the Gandiva. In his arrogance, Arjuna has steered himself directly into a spatial and psychological trap. As the chariot comes to a halt, Arjuna's perspective shifts. Looking across the enemy lines, he no longer sees anonymous targets. He sees his grandfather, Bhishma, and Drona, the teacher who gave him his skills. The reality of victory now carries a specific price: the slaughter of his own blood and the mentors who raised him. He attempts to justify his sudden fear with moral arguments. He speaks of Varna Sankara, the collapse of societal order, arguing that avoiding the fight is the only way to prevent total chaos. The internal conflict paralyzes him. Arjuna's logic fails. He abandons his duty, drops his weapon, and sinks to the floor of the chariot. Arjuna's own empathy has achieved what no enemy army could. It has completely neutralized him before the war has even begun. We're freezing the action at the moment of Arjuna's collapse. To understand what happens next, we have to look past his panic and see the moment through Krishna's eyes. For a supreme commander, having your star champion quit seconds before an apocalyptic war is a strategic catastrophe. The entire campaign is on the verge of vanishing. Krishna remains completely calm. He views the field as Sarvajna, the all-knowing observer who perceives the situation beyond the immediate physical danger. He analyzes the emotional data radiating from Arjuna. He isn't looking at a warrior in grief. He's looking at a mind that has lost its connection to reality. The physical war is now secondary. A far more dangerous conflict has ignited inside Arjuna's mind, and that is where the real battle must be won. This visualization captures Krishna's diagnosis. Arjuna believes he feels compassion, but is actually trapped by personal attachment. This attachment spreads through his reasoning like a virus, making action impossible. Krishna must surgically dismantle this illusion, separating emotional bias from necessary action. He must rebuild Arjuna's entire worldview from the ground up. Arjuna cannot be trusted to pick up his bow until he understands why he is holding it in the first place. This specific psychological intervention, reorienting a broken mind toward its purpose, is what triggers the 700-verse dialogue that follows. Now, pull back from the ancient battlefield and look through the third lens, your own. The chariot suspended between two armies represents the human mind at the moment of a critical, terrifying decision. Arjuna's paralysis is the same sensation we feel during burnout or imposter syndrome. It's the agonizing friction between our comfortable attachments and our difficult duties. Every life has its own version of this war. These are the moments where doing what is right requires us to confront and sometimes leave behind what is familiar. The text provides a universal exploration of human resilience, showing us how to function when the pressure becomes unbearable. We all have moments where we play the role of Arjuna, overwhelmed, creating rationalizations for our hesitation, and looking for a way out. The challenge is to actively cultivate an inner Krishna, that objective voice of duty that sees past emotional excuses. The real power of the story is realized only when we can occupy both roles simultaneously, the one who is struggling and the one who is guiding. The Bhagavad Gita lives within the silent observer who learns to master both of these internal voices.